Graffiti can be unsightly and sometimes obscene.
The city of Houston pays to have it removed all over town, but the I-Team found that you may not be getting your money's worth.
Investigative reporter Jeremy Rogowski has uncovered those details for us, Jeremy.
Yeah, Lisa and Greg, from the profane to the gang-related, graffiti's gotta go. But we found when it comes to cleaning it up, a job that takes just a minute might be costing taxpayers a full hour. And that's not all.
At the Watanga Skate Park on the city's northwest side, the family fun comes with a serving of obscenity.
Four-letter words that these kids shouldn't be reading.
Janet Davis's kids
Why don't you go try this ramp over here?
are all under 12.
It's awful. It's ridiculous.
Graffiti, no doubt, is an eyesore, but the eye-opener is how tax dollars, hers and yours, are spent to clean it up.
If you charge by the hour, what should you get for the hour?
An hour's worth of work.
But our examination of city records says, think again. For instance, here's a couple of tagged up stop signs in the Heights. The before pictures of the graffiti are taken at 4:11 p.m. The after pictures, when it's all cleaned up, are at 4:17. Total time, 6 minutes. But how much was the city billed for? Not 6 minutes, but 36. And just a block away, the total time before and after is just 2 minutes. But your bill, again, more than a half hour. And sometimes it gets even more questionable. Across town in southwest Houston, records show graffiti on this school speed zone sign was gone in 8 minutes, but the bill was for an entire hour. And on the same street, a couple blocks down, you also paid for 1 hour's work that took 1 minute to clean.
It's outrageous.
These skate park parents couldn't believe it.
I feel like they're ripping me off.
So who's behind it?
You're just wrong.
You look at the
You're wrong. You're wrong.
The city's graffiti removal contractor, the Greater East End Management District, which claims there's much, much more to that hour bill. Like parking?
We got to find a safe place to park. I mean, that means setting up a parking perimeter.
It may be setting up cones. It may be mixing paints.
Or it may be playing basketball on the clock. That's right. We caught this worker on tape shooting hoops on the job.
Well, everybody on the crew is entitled to a break during the day.
Maybe so, but here's the key. The worker's shooting hoops in the middle of the job. He takes a before picture, cleans up the graffiti, and then goes to shoot around. The after photo is taken after that, making it look like the job took longer than it really did. So what does East End Management have to say? Well, believe it or not,
The solvent needs to dry, Jeremy.
so we had to ask the city.
Is that akin to paying a painter to watch the paint dry?
I don't know, so I have to check more into that. But I'm not going to pay for work for them not doing.
And as for those invoices questioning an hour's work for an hour's pay,
Should you have done a better job checking up on this?
We always want to do a better job. Always.
That's not the question. Looking at these invoices, should the city have been minding the store more closely?
I'm going to look into it more.
perhaps the city will get farther than we did in getting billing questions answered.
Jeremy, we're going to call this interview to an end. We've told
Why
you
would
what
we do
the
that?
ground rules were. You're not going with those, and so goodbye. We're finished with the interview. Thank you very much.
But when we asked Diane Schenke to give herself a grade, she told us the Greater East End Management District is doing, quote, an excellent job with no unsatisfied customers and having cleaned up some 86,000 graffiti sites over the past couple of years. Lisa and Greg.
So back to the skate park we saw with the profanity. Did that ever get cleaned up?
Yes and no. You see, after our interview with the city said it was removed, but we checked just a couple of hours ago, and as you can see, it's back. So not only do you have the questionable billings, you also have the issue of keeping up with the cleanup.
Okay.
Well, maybe his basketball game's improving.
We hope so.
Yeah.